Hi, I'm Ken Lammers, and you've reached Minor League Matters. Today we're going to talk about unaffiliated baseball. And so, let's get cracking. Okay, so unaffiliated baseball is what used to be called outlaw baseball, right? These are the leagues that are not affiliated with any major league teams. Now, mind you, they're usually quite happy to sell the contract of a player that's in their league or on their team, but the owner can refuse to sell the contract to that player because he wants to win the Atlantic League Championship, right? He can do that if he wants to. It's not the way most of them play it. Most of them play, sell that contract to affiliated ball if they get a chance, just so that their players are happy and they can recruit more players. But they don't have to do it. So if you are an Atlantic League owner and you really want to win that championship, you can go for it, right? Same for Can-Am and all the others. Right? So there are a number of leagues that pop up every so often that are unaffiliated, right? And some of them, a lot of them just kind of appear and disappear and nobody thinks about them again, right? And there are things like a couple, 3 years ago, somebody built a stadium in their town. They couldn't find anybody to move into it, so they founded a league with 3 different teams, right? Which all played in the same stadium every day. It's that kind of thing. I'm not going to be talking about those leagues, the ones that pop up and disappear and whatever else. What I'm going to be talking about is the 5 that I've seen stick around for several years, right? And they range everywhere from basically a rookie level league all the way up to probably AAA, AAA level league. So let's talk about, to begin with, probably the lowest on this ladder is the Pecos League, right? Pecos League is out west, obvious from Pecos. I think it has now rearranged itself, so it's got teams in Arizona and all that, and then a number of teams in California. Seems to be its big play, and it's probably smart if they really want to make themselves financially viable. The Pecos League always is the one that's scratching by. It seems to be the most scratching by, just kind of trying to make it. And you hear interesting stories about the league all the time. Never seen a game. As best I can tell, it's never been one put on video online. Again, kind of a sign that they don't have a whole lot of money there. But they keep going. They keep driving forward, and they keep adding teams and moving teams. And it is a league that has proven that it can keep driving on and fill slots where other teams won't go. Their 2 newest teams, or I don't know if they're newest teams or teams that moved, have taken the slots where the California League let go of its teams to go out to the North Carolina League. So Bakersfield and High Desert now have Pecos League teams, which operate at much more of a shoestring budget and don't need as much money. Although they do have to pay salaries. My understanding, they're not great salaries, but they have to pay salaries. So that's probably the lowest level, and I'd say that's strictly a rookie level last chance league, right? Above them is the Frontier League. Now, the Frontier League has done a great job of pivoting from what it was originally and ingratiating itself kind of with affiliated ball, and just has done a good job of growing, right? The Frontier League started out, I think, mainly in Illinois. I think a lot of their teams are still in Illinois, as a league that was going to put teams where nobody else would go, so it would entertain the locals and that sort of thing. Which is a great strategy if everybody in town comes to every game in some small town, but doesn't work when not everybody goes all the time. So the Frontier League, as you notice over time, has moved towards major baseball areas and major cities. It has teams now in Washington, Pennsylvania, Traverse City, Michigan, which is way up north of Michigan, Florence, Kentucky, which is just outside of Cincinnati, and 2 or 3 of them I think around Chicago area, the suburbs of Chicago. The one team that's still where it always has been is the Evansville Otters, which are down in Evansville, Indiana. And if you haven't been to an Evansville Otter game, shame on you. I drove 6 hours ago, watched one last year, and it's worth every minute of it. Go watch the Evansville Otters if you can. Great stadium, fun to watch. People treat you well, good history. It's just great experience. So the Frontier League has adapted. Now, another thing the Frontier League has done, which has made it work pretty well, is it has purposely set itself up as kind of a rookie single A league that's going to constantly have players come through, rotating through, so that scouts can come and find that kid who just somehow slipped through the cracks and buy his contract out and put him into affiliated ball. If you go to any of the Frontier League's websites, they'll have, here are 16 players who've gone to affiliated ball. Here's the 5 that have made it to the majors. Here, and you'll have a big thing. John Smith's contract just bought out by the Pittsburgh Pirates, right? That sort of thing. It's a big deal, the Frontier League. That's how they're drawing pretty decent players in, and how they're continually going forward. Now, Frontier League's fun to watch. I've been to Florence Freedom, Traverse City Beach Bums, and the Otters. The Otters. Evansville Otters was by far the better team, and by far the better stadium and everything. It's an old stadium that really, having seen some of the others that are in single A, I'm shocked doesn't have an affiliated team in it. But more's the benefit of the Evansville Otters. The one thing that they do is they have limits on how long somebody can play in the league. Now, I'm not sure, I'm not really up to date on these. But the last time I checked, it was, certain percentage, high percentage, had to be their first year of pro ball. A smaller percentage could be, a few could be second, a few could be third, right? I've heard rumors, and I don't know how true this is, that they now allow some to make it all the way to 5 years in the league. But the point is to rotate as many through the first year part as possible, so that you've constantly got people having a reason to come there, and you've constantly got scouts coming. As well, the Frontier League has affiliated itself with the California Winter League, another scouting league, and so they've placed themselves in a pretty good spot as far as everything goes, and I think ensured their survival pretty well. Then we get higher level leagues, right? These aren't like lower level rookie type leagues. These are leagues which have, players who are really worthwhile, but for some reason aren't in affiliated ball. So, your Can-Am League, your American Association, and the Atlantic League are probably all somewhere between AA and AAA. It may not be quite AAA teams, but they're probably AA, maybe a little bit better, right? And some of their worst teams are probably less. But it's a situation where they get pretty decent players. They'll buy contracts out of the Frontier League and probably the Pecos League too, to put players into their team that are better, right? They'll buy out contracts just like affiliated ball will. So they're out there trying hard. The only one of these teams I can say I've been to is the Gary South Shore Railcats, which is southeast of Chicago in Indiana. And it was a nice stadium. It was probably a AA level stadium, somewhere between, it was a little bit better. A lot of A's I've seen, not the best. I've seen better A's too, but it was probably about a AA stadium, really. and it was pretty good ball. I mean, they played well. It was obvious these guys weren't rookies, and I was impressed. I really wish I was closer to that so I could see some more of those. I look forward to the Atlantic League if they can ever get that Virginia Beach team they keep saying is going to be there. If they can get that put together, I will go out and watch that to see that play. But that's pretty much the breakdown of unaffiliated ball. Those are the 5 important leagues and leagues you kind of want to keep an eye on if you're going to watch unaffiliated ball. And if you have any questions, like I said before, you probably do better to go look at their website, but you can ask them down below. If you like this video, hit like. If you like everything you're seeing here, hit subscribe. And until the next time I talk to you, go watch some minor league sports.